Hello YouTube family. As you can tell, we are still unpacking from our move. We have a huge mess within the house, and it's slowly getting better by day, and hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll be pretty settled in. I would say majority of it is settled in, but this is actually going to be our baby room when we have a baby, so that's what we call it. We don't call it our second bedroom, we call it the baby room. This is where like my little office station right over there is, and then this will be basically where like the baby stuff will be once that comes about. Currently we are in the 2-week wait, so yeah, it's been an interesting 2-week wait, only because I have not been like symptom spotting at all, because I have kind of just been dealing with just kind of like emotional chaos, I guess you could say. I think just because of the move and then taking these medicines and being in the 2-week wait, and this is kind of the start of my busy season with doing makeup for weddings. It's just a lot of transitions. So things for like my personal mental health have kind of gone down, unfortunately. Yesterday was a pretty bad day. I pretty much stayed in bed all day and watched movies just because I needed that rest time. I needed that re-energizing day, I guess you could say. And it's rough. I mean, I feel like everyone has those, and we don't really talk about that much either. And so it's just like you feel so silly. You're like, I can't do anything today. But that's pretty much what my day was yesterday. And so the 2-week wait, like I said, it's been really weird. This time around, I am doing progesterone suppositories, and if you don't know what that is, it's you take progesterone and you actually insert it vaginally, and that's really funky in itself, because I'm like, how far up do I go, or like how long is it supposed to stay in? Like, do I do anything? It's so weird, but it will help support a pregnancy if I do get pregnant, so hopefully that is the case. But I mean, whatever God's plan is God's plan at this point. I am just letting well enough alone type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of our little update right now. Our 2-week wait ends next week, like the end of next week. I think I'm on day maybe 6 or 7 of it. What is today? I think I'm on day 7 of it. So, or no, I think I'm on day 6. Okay, yeah, no, I think I'm on day 6. So that'll be, you know, in a week, and we'll find out, and I'll tell you guys too. But yeah, my eating disorder hasn't been too bad. If you don't know, I do have an eating disorder. It's called ARFID. It's avoidant and restrictive. Basically you avoid or restrict food depending on color, texture, smell, brand sometimes can be. For me personally, I avoid a lot of interesting textures, and it really gets bad when I get really anxious. Luckily, I would say I haven't been dealing with that too much as of late, even though this has been a weird 2-week wait. But I mean, it's real and it's alive. It's something that I've been struggling with pretty much my entire life. I've always had issues with food. When I was a kid, my mom bought me divided plates because I couldn't have my food touching. And then in high school, when I got anxious, I would stop eating because that was like, it just would gross me out type of thing. So this is something that has been around for a long time. And it still makes me, I would say talking about my eating disorder makes me more anxious or more shameful than even my fertility stuff. I think it's just because it has such a negative connotation. When people think about eating disorders, they think about people trying to get attention, or they're just wanting to be skinny, or like all these things, but everyone has a different type of eating disorder. And for me personally, I restrict food and then I become really unhealthy. What really kind of became the peak last year when I really decided to get help was when my hair was falling out. And that was really scary because I had been working really hard to grow out my hair, and I know it seems really silly, but when it all started falling out, I started freaking out, and my hairstylist, she even noticed it. And then I went and got help. I went and I got a dietitian and I got a counselor, and I currently still see my counselor. I don't see my dietitian as much. I would say I have a hold of my eating disorder a little bit better, or not even a hold of it because that kind of feeds into it, but I would say that I am more confident in my abilities to see my eating disorder when it starts to come up, and then realizing what the sign is. So yeah, I mean, with eating disorders, it's kind of hard to explain, but the eating disorder is a symptom of what's going on. So if I'm really struggling with my eating disorder, more than likely I'm struggling really bad with anxiety or with depression or something outside of the eating disorder. It's not just food. That's actually a big conversation Jay and I have had, is it's not just food. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a long process. Maybe I should have done an entire video just on my eating disorder, but that luckily has not been acting up too much. It hasn't made a head recently, which is good because it makes it a little less complicated right now during this transition in our life. But yeah, so everything is pretty good. Things are a little bit rocky emotionally, but I think that give it like another week and I'll be better, I guess. So if I am a little more quiet on YouTube and on Instagram, that's probably why. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update, and once we get kind of settled in, I'll show you guys the house a little bit more, because this room specifically is a disaster. Everything else has been pretty cleaned. Like downstairs is clean. Our bedroom is clean. It's not 100% in the bedroom yet because we have to fix a couple things, but then in here it's just, this must be like the room where we just drop everything because it's a mess. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah!